Mark Zuckerberg is in serious trouble. Just 3 years ago, he was riding high, where all of his platforms on social media was banning everybody under the Biden administration. Now he's snitching. He went on Joe Rogan and he talked about how the Biden administration was informing him to ban any information that had anything to do with the jab, right? If you talked about stuff that was contrary to what they were putting out, you were out of there. He got you going, right? So now, we remember they censored Donald Trump. They kicked Donald Trump off of many platforms, and Donald Trump went over there with Elon Musk. So Donald Trump called him out and told him that, listen, anybody that censored people, we're coming after them. Some people are going to be thrown in jail. There's going to be major fines. And I don't think that they thought that Donald Trump was going to win this election again and become president. So a lot of these groups were censoring everything. Now he's crying wolf. And he's saying that he's snitching, and he's saying that he was told to do this. He was ordered to do this by the Biden administration. He sat down, he's met with Trump. He's did all these different things, right? And MSNBC, Fox News, all the media publications is coming after Mark Zuckerberg, right? But then you have Tasha K. Tasha K, she got wind of this, and she spoke on all the people that was losing their channels and different things. And she really got after Mark Zuckerberg, and she said this.
So Mark Zuckerberg, after Elon is sitting next to the president-elect, they thought Elon was going to be out of here. They thought he was going to fail at Twitter. They thought he was making a bad decision. He even started a platform to try to take Twitter out, X out, right? Tried to come for the AI. It's like, Mark Zuckerberg was one of probably not the first, because, we had MySpace and stuff like that. But I'm talking about to really take social media to the next level. It was him. It was definitely him. And so, and he owns a lot of space in it. He is like Google, okay? And, to see him now, after he done suppressed us, demonetized us, hindered our freedom of speech, told us when things were inappropriate, even when they weren't, he silences all of the health gurus. If you even remotely try to sell a vitamin, coming down, okay? Candace Owens had to sue him because he tried to play with her platform. You know what I'm saying? Over this free speech, and now they got fact finders, and you know what I'm saying? They got AI doing all of this, suppressing the very creators that built his platform, okay? And then tried to turn around and compete with X, thinking because X had a rough start, not knowing that it takes 3 years for a business to get off the ground. So he was literally starting from scratch. He had celebrities on his side because he was pandering, to the Democrats, to the celebrities, to anybody that invited him to a fight, to a game, anywhere. He was pandering and forgot about the very people that helped him to become who he is today. Now, all of a sudden, you went from attacking us on a platform that you built and told us it was for free speech. Then you oppressed our free speech, our First Amendment right, helped other celebrities to do it. Now that Elon Musk is sitting beside President-elect after you tried to launch a competing platform against him, and your platform is nowhere near close to what he's doing when it comes to free speech, now you want to sit down and you want to snitch and say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. We're taking out the fact finders. We're not going to take down your content anymore because it was wrong. The Democrats made us do it. Go, Jasmine, go.
At the beginning, it kind of seemed like, okay, we should give a little bit of deference to the government and the health authorities on how we should play this. But when it went from, 2 weeks to flatten the curve to, and in the beginning, it was like, okay, there aren't enough masks. Masks aren't that important. To then it's like, oh, no, you have to wear a mask. And, everything was shifting around. It just became very difficult to kind of follow. And this really hit the most extreme, I'd say, during the Biden administration when they were trying to roll out the vaccine program. And now I'm generally like pretty pro rolling out vaccines. I think on balance, the vaccines are more positive than negative, but I think that while they're trying to push that program, they also tried to censor anyone who is basically arguing against it. And they pushed us super hard to take down things that were honestly were true, right? I mean, they basically pushed us and said, you know, anything that says that vaccines might have side effects, you basically need to take down. And I was just like, well, we're not going to do that. Like, we're clearly not going to do that. I mean, that is kind of inarguably true.
Who is they? Who's telling you to take down things that
it was
that talk about vaccine side effects?
It was people in the Biden administration.
So now he's saying he's not going to be censoring things, right? They're not going to let outside agencies come in and censor the content. They're going to allow the users to flag channels, and they're going to put it back in the hands of us. And they're going to allow us to have a voice. So now there's a battle going on both sides of the aisle between the Democrats and Republicans about who's going to control the censorship and who's going to be control what it is that we can and can't say. So now Donald Trump is in office, and Donald Trump is saying, hey, you guys are not going to censor things. This is America, and people are going to have a right to speak. The Democratic Party is saying, hey, we're going to censor things that go against our narrative, right? But Tasha K wasn't finished. She had some choice words and questions for Mark Zuckerberg, and she asked this.
Did you ever give the creators back their pages that they lost, their monetizations that they lost, their businesses that they lost? Because you were trying to brown nose to an administration that just threw an ass again. Because Elon, because it ain't my business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a hero or Spartan or nothing like that. It's between you and them. But when it comes to this situation, I would say now he's out here using huge platforms to come out and plead to the Trump administration not to, fine him. Because let me tell you something. When I tell you, they get fined so much. They get so much scrutiny. And things like that. And now TikTok may not be leaving because he thought he was finna have leverage after he came for TikTok's business and after he came for Threads business. And then you shitted on the very creators that helped you to get there. I like Google stance. Google don't be getting in none of that. Google stays so neutral. They pay their little fines. They make sure we get our checks. We good. But all of this here, Google didn't even take down our videos. They just put disclaimers under, hey, the government say that this ain't real. Go ahead, proceed, watch your video. But listen at this, y'all. Hold on, I got another video. Hold on, let me make sure I get this.
Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. I started building social media to give people a voice. A lot has happened over the last several years. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political. Recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. We're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. We're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes, similar to X, starting in the US. Simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender. We're changing how we enforce our policies. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations, bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed, so we stopped recommending these posts. It's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship. Now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it. Finally,
isn't that funny? Similar to X. Now you want to join in and try to do what X is doing after you try to take them down. And now you want to blame it on the Biden administration when all this stuff came, when you... He was the one that started all the censoring. I'll never forget. I actually posted a video from the Senate regarding issues, And what did they do when they shadow banned my page, y'all? They shadow banned my page. AI picked up and said it was fake news. I said, well, it's coming from the government. How was it fake? He was even shadow banning my pages when we was posting Trump debating. I said, why they ain't shadow banning when Biden was speaking, but when we post Trump, all of a sudden it's fake news. And we're like, this is the debate. What are you doing? Why are you involved in these conversations? You're supposed to facilitate the platform. Let us speak freely. As long as ain't no cheering getting done wrong, as long as ain't no animal cruelty, you stay out of grown folks' business.
I say this, right? You know, we live in America and you're supposed to have freedom of speech. But when you have these private or these companies, you don't really have freedom of speech. They tell you what you can and can't say, right? We live. There's never really been free speech. We know that there's a certain group that you can't talk about. You can't say anything about. You got to be careful what you say and how you say it, because if you offend the wrong person, they'll come after you. You can lose your job. You can lose your livelihood. You can lose everything. And we saw what happened when they shut the country down, when they rolled out that, you know what, right? You wasn't allowed to say anything. There was no more free speech. So you guys got to be careful on these platforms, man. Think about what you say before you say it. You know, they're looking to take your monetization. You know, we're at a time now, right, where you can make money from your living room, right? And there's powers that be that don't like that. There's people that benefit from it, but there's powers that be that don't like that. So you got to be careful what you say, when you say it, and how you say it, man. But Mark Zuckerberg now is, you know, he's looking not to get fined. He thought that he was going to be competing against Elon Musk, and I don't think that he thought that Elon Musk and Donald Trump would prevail and become president. So now he's blowing the whistle. Now he's snitching on everybody, but he's looking like a pariah out there because everybody's going against him. They calling him weak. They calling him a punk. He don't have no friends nowhere. You know, he don't have no friends nowhere because, like I said, he took the side that lost. But I don't know, man. But, you know, let me know what you guys think about this, right? I'm going to cut this video short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till next time. Peace.